P2B reacts to the huge delegation of Nigerians participating in the ongoing COP30 in Brazil. In a post on his verified X handle, he said, "In delegations, Nigeria competes well." Again, in a bitter twist of irony, we thank Nigeria for having the third largest delegation at COP30, with 749 delegates, similar to China with 789 delegates. While Nigeria needs to have a strong voice in global climate discussions, this spectacle comes at a heavy cost to our people, with about 150 million living in multidimensional poverty, struggling daily with food, insecurity, inadequate healthcare, and limited access to basic services. Yet, our leaders travel in large numbers funded by taxpayers, attending climate talks abroad, while citizens they are meant to serve continue to suffer. Compared to China, which had about the same contingency, China has a high HDI, while Nigeria has a low one, with a key measure of life expectancy at the lowest, 54 years, against China's 79 years. China's GDP stands at $18.74 trillion, while Nigeria's GDP is barely 1% of that size, a little over $200 billion. China's GDP per capita is about $13,300, whereas that of Nigeria is below 10% of that, reflecting the deep economic disparity between the two nations. Moreover, 63% of Nigerians live in multidimensional poverty, which is about 150 million people, the highest number in the world, facing deprivations in health, education, and living standards, while it is only 3.9% in China. Meanwhile, China's population is about 7 times larger than ours. This stark contrast illustrates why Nigeria should not be sending a delegation of this size. The human and financial resources expended on hundreds of officials traveling abroad could instead be directed towards urgent social investments at home, improving healthcare, education, and living conditions to lift our people out of poverty. Our participation on the international stage must reflect responsible leadership, one that truly prioritizes the needs of our people and demonstrates our genuine capacity to engage meaningfully in global climate action. It's not as if this is the first time Nigeria is sending a very large delegation to a conference abroad. So the question is, why is it happening again? It's simply because Nigerians didn't react to the first one, neither did they react to the second or this one that is happening now. So the government will always continue because no one reacted. Action equals reaction. They are seeing it as if Nigerians don't really care. They are minding their business. Why should we reduce the delegation? They are using this to settle people, to reward people for their loyalty. You see, the reason why people are rushing into APC is because of what they can get for themselves, not to really help them do anything, as if they are doing anything. They are not doing anything for Nigerians. Rather, they are making the situation worse. And this might mean that the rumor that Tinubu is giving each governor that becomes to APC 250 billion, or how many billion did they quote, it might be true after all, because it doesn't make any sense. Governor of Bayelsa State, who is in his last term in office, why does he need to decamp? He shouldn't be afraid of losing an election. He will no longer be on the ballot in 2027. So why is he decamping to APC? It does not just make any sense. So all these rumors might be true, that they are giving these governors and other political heavyweights huge sums of money to decamp to APC. So despite not improving the lives of Nigerians, despite the fact that they are not delivering the goods, they are not delivering good governance to Nigerians, Nigerians still fund their lavish lifestyles. All these decamp you see on a daily basis come at a huge cost to Nigerians. Nigerians pay for all these. Yes, no Nigerian politician spends his personal money for anything. As a matter of fact, the reason they are attracted to that office in the first place is because of the money, the perks, and the trappings of office. Yes, most of them have been in power since the Fourth Republic. Since 1999, they've been in and out of office. So you can imagine, these people don't have any careers. They didn't build any career for themselves. Their career is politics. So these types will do anything to stay in power, to maintain the flow of money, that free money that comes into their pockets, they would do anything, including rigging elections. And you know what comes with rigging elections? Many people always lose their lives during elections. So they are ready to do anything. Seeing all this, many Nigerians will be asking, how are we going to dislodge these people in 2027? The only way for you to do it is to make sure you stand your ground. This has to be said over and over again. Many people keep saying, we have lost hope, there's nothing that can be done, Nigeria is irredeemable, this, that. But the reality remains that standing your ground is the safest and the easiest option, because you will take advantage of the power of numbers. Many that keep saying, the only way is through a violent, bloody revolution, this, that. Can you match Nigerian military? You cannot do that. Why waste people's lives for nothing? So instead of taking the easy path, many Nigerians keep making excuses, keep giving excuses to justify why they don't want to participate in future elections. Mind you, these people came to power through elections. Yes, they stole it, but it was through elections. They didn't organize a military coup. Of course, you can call the stealing of ballot boxes, snatching of elections, and stealing someone's mandate a form of coup. Yes, it's a coup against Nigerian people. But at least they did it through the ballot. They didn't do it with arms. Yes, policemen, thugs were armed. They maimed Nigerians, did all sorts of things to steal the elections. But at least it's still called elections, which is quite different from executing a military coup or a violent revolution. Yes. So Nigerians must stop living in that reality, thinking that the only way we can do this is through a violent revolution. Are you going to lead that violent revolution? Who is going to do it for you? So take the easy path, which is election. Stand your ground. In that your polling unit, you know each other. Stand your ground there. Make sure that no one steals it. And from there you move to the different stages of collation, to the World Collation Center, local government, and to the state. This is how you send a resounding message to politicians, because all these that are happening to Nigerians, the reason why they continue happening is because you don't react to anything. If you ever react to one thing, know that they will not try to repeat that thing again. It might come in another form, and if you continue reacting, it will stop permanently. This is how life works, not just politics. The audacity of the APC administration to remove all the subsidies Nigerians enjoy, removed petroleum subsidy, removed electricity subsidy, every subsidy you can think of, increased the duty on goods. All imported goods have become more expensive, devalued the naira. On top of all this, they are still traveling with huge delegates abroad, squandering the money. Do you know how much extra code one delegate will receive for this conference in Brazil? This is the reality. It's simply because Nigerians don't react to anything. And now many people are urging Nigerians to react during the election. They are not telling you to come out and protest for anything for now. Just keep all the protests for that day. That particular day, make it the ultimate protest at the polls. Many people continue giving excuses. Why are you giving excuses? This is a lazy man's approach. Yes, no one can do it for you. Even those that keep calling for a violent revolution, who is coming to do it for you? You sit down in your homes, in your offices, and keep calling for a violent revolution. Why not do it by yourself if you so much believe in it? The one that is accepted under a democracy is election. That one is the easiest one, like already said. Organize yourself, stand your ground, and insist that the will of the people must be upheld. Once you outnumber them, even the police, the army, no matter how heavily armed they are, they will just respect themselves and say, we are not going to kill these people just for politicians. How many people are they going to kill? How many are they? Nigerians hugely outnumber them. So these are the issues. If you react to anything, they will not try that thing again in the future, because they already know you've sent that message to them that you don't like this. And the worst part of all this is that after making life harder for Nigerians, they are still borrowing. They have borrowed more than Muhammad Buhari borrowed in 8 years, despite the fact that Muhammad Buhari paid petroleum subsidy. All the subsidies Tinubu have removed, they were all in place when Muhammad Buhari was there. He did not borrow up to this amount. As a matter of fact, the government themselves announced the other day that they have exceeded this year's borrowing by more than 50%. And it's still not the end of the year. They might still borrow a few billions before December runs out. So these are the issues. It is an intentional incompetence. They want to impoverish you. They want to make life even more harder for you. As a matter of fact, if Nigerians stand their ground and vote these people out of power in 2027, any new government that is coming will find it very, very difficult. Where are they even going to start? Is it the huge debt that Tinubu and APC have plunged Nigerians into? Or is it the devalued naira? Are we going to talk about all the removed subsidy and dilapidated infrastructure? They cannot point to where they are spending that subsidy money. When you ask them, they will tell you, the states are receiving more FARC than they ever received in Nigeria's history. They will tell you this without calculating the value of the naira today. These are the issues. They told Nigerians that they will remove petroleum subsidy and use the money to invest in specific projects or services that Nigerians need. But now, no one can see that money. Rather, when you ask, they will tell you, look at your allocation, look at the state allocation, hold your local government chairman responsible, hold your state governor responsible. But when they were in opposition, they never held anyone responsible. They only held the president responsible. Now, when you ask them, is the buck not supposed to stop at his table? They will tell you no. Go and find out the amount your local government received as allocation the last month. Go and do this, go and do that. And many Nigerians are falling for their narrative, saying that no need for election because they will always take it. No, that's what they want you to feel. This is the reason all these governors are decamping. Yes, they want to discourage you completely. They want to make you feel the situation is hopeless. If they have their way, they might have up to 30 governors in APC. When people see this, they will say, it's finished. There's nothing we can do. But this is a psychological warfare. You must stand your ground if you truly believe in this country. If you don't stand your ground, they will steal it and run away with it like they did in 2023. Stop making excuses. Start now to plan on how you are going to defend your vote, especially in your neighborhood, in your community. When you do that, when other Nigerians do that, when up to 90% of Nigerians do this, the will of the people must be upheld. Thanks for watching.